If you think all coffee chains are serving up the same brew, think again. In America's $81.8 billion coffee arena, the difference between cup satisfaction and bitter regret can come down to a single neglected urn, a stale pot, or a franchise's shortcut for speed. Today in coffee chains ranked worst to best, we're pulling back the curtain on which national names are quietly sacrificing flavor for affordability, and why your daily latte just isn't measuring up. Cheap beans, ancient pots, and inconsistent milk make for more than just a bad morning. They're shaping how millions start their day, and most people have no idea how deep the gap really goes. So which chains are ranked at the very bottom, and how bad does it get before standards start to climb? Number 12, Tim Hortons. The chain that built its legacy on maple glazed nostalgia and cheap donuts, not actual coffee. In Canada, Tim Hortons is basically a national monument, but south of the border, it's the poster child for why bakery-first brands should never moonlight as coffee authorities. The beans are light to medium roast, but you'd never know it from the cup. Most days, the drip tastes like someone ran hot water through a breadbasket and hoped for the best. Espresso? Only if you enjoy a roulette wheel of bitterness, under-extraction, and the occasional sour shot. Consistency is a myth. One store's pot might be drinkable if you catch it within minutes of brewing, while the next location serves up brown water that's been aging on a burner since sunrise. Milk craft? Let's just say your latte could arrive with anything from ice-cold foam to a scalded puddle, depending on who's behind the counter. The only survival tactic? Demand a fresh pot and pray the urn timer isn't just for show. Tim Hortons is proof that nostalgia can't save thin, forgettable coffee, especially when the baked goods steal the spotlight. If you're desperate, stick to a plain drip, brewed right now. Anything else is a gamble you'll regret before the last sip. Number 11, Dunkin. Dunkin is the coffee chain that runs on speed, sugar, and pure commuter energy. The beans are roasted light, by design, because nobody's ordering black coffee here unless they lost a bet. This is the home of double cream, triple sugar, and a menu where the syrup count outnumbers the baristas. The drip coffee is pumped out in industrial volumes, but the real flavor depends on how long that pot's been riding the hot plate. Catch a fresh batch and it's decent, if a little thin. Wait too long and you're sipping something that tastes like it's been reheated in a gas station microwave. There's a reason the iced coffee has a cult following. Dunkin's ice game is strong, but it's also a trap. Too much dilution, and your drink turns into coffee-flavored water before you hit the highway. Syrups and sweeteners dominate the menu, masking the beans and turning every cup into dessert. The 2018 espresso reboot was supposed to fix the chain's weakest link, but the machines are fully automated and the shots still play second fiddle to the milk and sugar. Consistency is a coin flip. One franchise's pot might be fresh as sunrise, while another lets the clock run out in the name of efficiency. Ask for a new pot or stick to Americanos if you want a fighting chance. Dunkin is a value juggernaut, but for coffee lovers, it's a reminder that speed and sweetness can't always cover for what's missing in the cup. Number 10, Panera Bread. Panera's coffee program is the definition of a supporting act, never the headliner. The beans are 100% Arabica, but where specialty chains chase single-origin bragging rights, Panera sticks to approachable house blends, light, dark, and hazelnut. The result is a cup that's smooth and inoffensive when you catch it fresh, but just as likely to taste tired if you wander in after the morning rush. The real draw here isn't what's in the cup, it's the bottomless cup itself. The Unlimited Sip Club promises all the hot coffee refills you can handle, a dream for anyone camping out with a laptop or running back-to-back meetings. That self-serve model keeps pots moving during peak hours, but it's a double-edged sword. By noon, the risk of stalling rises fast, and the odds of scoring a fresh batch drop with every empty table. Milk craft and espresso drinks? Let's just say the barista title doesn't really apply here. Milk texture and temperature are a roll of the dice, and the machines do most of the heavy lifting. If you're in it for value and convenience, Panera delivers. If you're chasing coffee clarity or a true cafe experience, you're better off sticking to the bakery case and using the refill perk as a bonus, not the main event. Number 9, Biggby Coffee. Biggby is the kind of place that feels like your chatty, overly friendly neighbor, always ready with a smile and 1,000 ways to sweeten your morning. The menu is a choose-your-own-adventure built on comfort blends and a staggering number of flavor shots. Want a marshmallow mocha hazelnut latte with a splash of Irish cream? They'll make it, and probably throw in a cheerful greeting for free. The beans are medium roast, nothing fancy, but they're reliable enough to hold up under a mountain of syrups. Purists might roll their eyes at the lack of single-origin pride or nuanced extraction, but Biggby isn't chasing coffee snobs. This is a commuter's pit stop, warm, efficient, and always ready to customize. The drip coffee can hit the spot in the morning rush, but let that pot linger too long, and you're left with something thin and forgettable. Where Biggby really shines is attitude. Staff are famously upbeat, and regulars swear by the sense of community. The trade-off? All that menu fun can drown out the beans, turning the cup into a sugar-forward comfort drink. But for Midwest commuters looking for a friendly face and a cup built their way, Biggby delivers exactly what it promises. No more, no less. Number 8, Dutch Bros. If Biggby is your friendly neighbor, Dutch Bros is the block party that never ends. This is the chain that treats coffee like an energy drink and a carnival ride all at once. The drive-through lines move fast, the staff shout your name like you're a regular, and the menu reads like a candy store for grown-ups. Medium dark beans form the base, but let's be honest. Most drinks here are a sugar-fueled explosion, with the coffee flavor fighting for its life under whipped cream, syrups, and rainbow sprinkles. But here's the twist. Because the drive-thru never stops, every component stays fresh. Drip and espresso drinks are built to order, and the sheer volume means you're almost guaranteed a hot, just pulled shot every time. The flip side, subtlety is the first casualty. If you want to taste the beans, you'll have to dodge the avalanche of sweet add-ins and order an Americano or plain cold brew. For the younger crowd and anyone chasing a caffeine rush with a side of fun, Dutch Bros is a party on wheels. For purists, it's a sugar rush with a missed opportunity hiding underneath the hype. Number 7, Scooter's Coffee. This is the commuter's best friend, the chain that figured out how to deliver a reliable jolt without making you late for work. Scooter's built its reputation on drive-through efficiency, and it shows in every step of the operation. The beans are a straightforward medium roast, designed to work as well in a flat white as they do in an iced Americano. Espresso is consistent, with machines calibrated for quick, repeatable results. Milk drinks come out hot, foamy, and fast. No latte art, but no scorched milk either. The real draw is speed. Orders move in a blur, with baristas nailing the basics even when the morning line snakes around the building. For suburban neighborhoods starved for quick, decent coffee, Scooters delivers a cup that's better than it needs to be. The menu leans sweet, and nuance can get lost under whipped cream and caramel drizzle, but the espresso base holds up. Rapid national growth means more commuters are making Scooters part of their daily routine. If you want a coffee-first drink, stick to the Americano or flat white and ease up on the syrups. For a reliable, fast, and fuss-free pick-me-up, Scooters is the steady hand on the wheel. Number 6, Starbucks. The global titan of coffee culture, and the first chain on this list where consistency actually becomes a selling point. Starbucks built its empire on the promise that no matter where you land, Seattle, Miami, or a Tokyo airport, you'll get the same espresso shot, pulled from the same Swiss-made Mastrina machine, calibrated down to the second. It's not romance, it's an assembly line, and it works. The espresso is as uniform as a barcode, and the dark roast backbone is unmistakable. For fans, that's comfort. For critics, it's a burnt badge of honor. Starbucks' signature blend leans heavy on the roast, sometimes pushing into ashy, smoky territory that drowns out nuance. The blonde espresso offers a lighter, sweeter alternative, But the default is still dark, bold, and a little bitter. Automation is the law here. Every shot is a one-button affair, with the machine handling grind, dose, and extraction. The upside? Barista skill barely matters. You get the same drink in every store, every country. The downside? Subtlety goes missing, and the flavor can feel flat or overcooked. Water quality is tightly controlled, with triple filtration standard across thousands of locations. Drip coffee depends on pot turnover. Catch it fresh, and Pike Place is solid. Catch it late, and you're in for a rough ride. Reserve locations prove Starbucks can do craft, but for most, it's about reliability over revelation. If you want predictable coffee, Starbucks delivers. If you're chasing complexity or a handcrafted touch, you'll need to look further up the list. Number 5, the coffee bean and tea leaf. This is where the West Coast espresso bar tradition gets its due. Coffee bean built its name long before the third wave hype, introducing Americans to semi-automatic espresso machines and barista training that actually meant something. Walk in, and you'll notice the difference. The beans are roasted medium, never burnt, with a focus on clarity and approachability instead of brute force. The espresso is cleaner than what you'll find at Starbucks, with less bitterness and more balance, especially in a busy store where the shots are pulled to order and the milk is actually textured, not just steamed into oblivion. The menu leans classic: macchiatos, cortados, and lattes that let the coffee speak for itself. There's a reason Coffee Bean has a loyal following in California and beyond. Drinks here taste like someone cared about extraction and temperature, not just speed. Even the drip coffee gets attention, holding up well through the morning rush and rarely falling victim to the dreaded stale pot. It's not perfect. Quality can dip in quieter suburban outposts, and the chain's national reach is limited compared to the giants. But at its best, Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf delivers a cup that feels crafted, not cranked out. For anyone tired of over-roasted, sugar bomb coffee, this is the chain that proves refinement still matters. Number 4, Caribou Coffee. Caribou is the chain that proves you do not have to choose between ethics and enjoyment. The beans here are Rainforest Alliance certified, so every cup comes with a side of environmental conscience. The roast profile lands right in the sweet spot. Balanced, never burnt, with just enough chocolate and citrus to keep things interesting. It is the kind of coffee you can drink black without bracing for bitterness, but it still holds up if you want a splash of cream. Drip coffee at Caribou is at its best when the store is busy. High turnover means you are almost guaranteed a fresh, lively cup that does not sit long enough to go flat. The espresso program is steady, shots are pulled with care, milk is textured well, and the drinks taste like someone actually paid attention to timing and temperature. You will not find the heavy, oily body of a Peet's dark roast, but you will get smoothness and clarity that feel intentional, not accidental. Caribou's biggest flex is how it manages to feel both responsible and approachable. The Rainforest Alliance badge is not just a sticker, it is a real sourcing commitment that shows up in the cup. For anyone looking for a chain that marries cozy comfort with a conscience, Caribou is the rare brand that delivers both. Order a house blend drip or a classic cappuccino, and you will taste why this chain sits just outside the top 3. Number 3, Phil's Coffee. Phil's isn't just a coffee shop, it's a ritual, and every cup is a performance. Walk in, and you're greeted by the aroma of beans ground to order, each blend tailored to your exact taste. There's no espresso machine humming in the background, no assembly line of identical lattes. Instead, every drink is a hand-poured filter coffee, built one cup at a time by a barista who actually asks how you like it. Want it bold? Prefer it sweet or with a splash of cream? The signature Phil's Way means medium sweet, medium cream, but you can call every shot. Founder Phil Jaber's original Mission District store set the tone. He wanted every customer to feel like the coffee was made just for them. That approach still defines the chain. The menu is a lineup of custom blends, each with its own personality, and the brewing method brings out wild, fragrant aromas you won't find anywhere else. There's patience required. This isn't fast coffee, but the payoff is a cup that feels personal, layered, and fresh every single time. For anyone who thinks coffee should be an experience, not just a caffeine fix, Philz delivers a masterclass in handcrafted hospitality. Number 2, Peet's Coffee. Peet's is the elder statesman of American specialty coffee, the place where dark roast isn't just a style, it's a philosophy. Founded in Berkeley in 1966 by Alfred Peet, this is the shop that taught the Starbucks founders how to roast with depth and source with care. Every cup of Peet's carries that Bay Area legacy, from the rich, chocolate-forward aroma to the sturdy, full-bodied finish that refuses to fade. Major Dickinson's blend is the benchmark, bold, layered, and consistently fresh in high-traffic stores. Espresso shots are dialed in with precision, never rushed, always calibrated for that signature bittersweet edge. The drip coffee stands up to cream but doesn't need it. There's enough character to satisfy purists and enough consistency to keep regulars coming back. Peet's never chases trends or buries its beans under a mountain of syrup. The focus is on robust flavor, meticulous roasting, and a level of brewing discipline that honors its roots. For anyone who believes coffee should be strong, reliable, and deeply satisfying, Peet's is the standard bearer just shy of the top spot. Number 1, Blue Bottle Coffee. This is the chain that treats freshness like a religion and single origin clarity as the only gospel that matters. Every bag of beans comes stamped with a promise. Nothing sold more than 48 hours out from the roaster. No exceptions, no shortcuts. That's not marketing fluff, it's a hard rule enforced across every location, with overnight air shipments and batch-by-batch quality checks. The result is a cup that tastes alive, sweet, bright, and layered, with flavors that actually reflect the farm, the harvest, and the roast date. Pour-over isn't just an option at Blue Bottle, it's the baseline. Each cup is ground and brewed to order, with baristas weighing beans to the gram, monitoring water temperature, and pouring with the kind of patience that would get you fired at any drive-thru. The payoff? A coffee that doesn't hide behind sugar, syrups, or milk. Every note comes through clean, from ripe fruit to delicate florals, with a finish that lingers like a good story. Even with Nestle holding a majority stake since 2017, Blue Bottle's obsessive standards haven't budged. The 48-hour rule is still sacred, the single origin program is still transparent, and the manual brew protocols are enforced with almost cult-like discipline. Yes, you'll pay more, and yes, the footprint is smaller than the giants. But for anyone who believes coffee should be a showcase, not a compromise, Blue Bottle sits alone at the top. According to industry reports, U.S. specialty coffee chains are projected to reach $81.8 billion in annual revenue by 2030. This ranking revealed how core coffee quality, beans, brewing, and milk craft varies widely, from budget-focused chains like Tim Hortons and Dunkin to craft-driven leaders such as Blue Bottle. Evidence shows that strict operating procedures and automation can boost consistency, but often at the cost of flavor nuance. Meanwhile, boutique brands rely on handcrafted methods and freshness mandates, setting a new standard for quality. Yet, not all sourcing practices and machine technologies are fully transparent, and questions remain about how supply chain changes or corporate ownership will shape future standards. Today, consumers have more choice and information than ever, but the gap between convenience and craft is still marked by clear, documented differences. As the industry evolves, the one constant remains. The best cup is always defined by what's in the pot and how it's brewed.